I would love to hear why you are the most qualified candidate for that judge position.
Sure. So this particular court has just been created by the state, and it's been created to handle all civil cases to help. Right now, in Montgomery County, our civil court calendar is incredibly backlogged. And so our Board of Judges has gone to our commissioners, and the commissioners have agreed that we need a new court. And then it got pushed by our state representative and our state senators, and the state ultimately agreed and has created this court. So it's a brand new court. It'll hear all civil cases. My background in particular has been for the last 17 years. I've been a lawyer for 15. But for 17 years, I've been involved in civil cases, civil litigation. I started clerking for a civil lawyer in my second year of law school, which is why I say 17 years. And then my entire career, obviously, for the last 15 years has been involved in civil court, a lot of business law, transactional law, basically all things civil. If it's civil, I've probably seen it. We are so backlogged, and the idea right now, I think, is that the minute that whoever wins this election takes the bench, you're probably going to get 1,000 or more active cases handed to you.
That's a lot.
So the county isn't going to just slowly turn the spigot on and say, okay, get yourself up to speed and learn how to do this.
Right.
They're going to expect you to know what you're doing, to understand these concepts, to understand these laws,
inside and out.
Understand the process. The process is really what's most important. And yes, inside and out, exactly. And they're going to open the floodgates on you on day one and say, go.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to do that in order to do the job that really this court is created to do.
So I had the privilege.
So I have a few questions for you. One of them is, why would you like to be involved within a civil court rather than a criminal court?
Well, that's a good question, because I think in my particular race that's sort of applicable. My background is in civil law. I'm not a criminal lawyer. So you put me in a criminal court, I'm going to be lost. I don't really know how to do that process. But because I've been doing this for so long, this is, I think in a lot of respects, when you're in law school and you're coming out of school and you're looking for a job, your career almost finds you more than you find your career. So for me in particular, I originally wanted to be a criminal prosecutor. I thought I would be a good prosecutor. But where I was at, in order to go to work for the district attorney, you had to clerk for the district attorney, and the clerk jobs with the district attorney were unpaid internships. And I was not in a financial position where I could go work for free. So where you go, where the paid internships are going to be in private practice, and I found a paid internship working in civil law. And I was blessed. I was fortunate to find a very good lawyer who took me under his wing, and it was not without pains for him, I'm sure. I'm a pretty tough-willed person. There were days I was leaving my office in tears because it was just hard. He was hard on me. But I'd like to think that he also made me a very good lawyer because of it. And him and I remain friends to this day. So that, because he did civil law, and that's where I worked when I was in law school, and then I worked for him after law school, that's where I got my niche. That's where I grew an understanding of the type of things that I could do. I left that pretty early on to start my own practice, maybe a little bit naive. But I was like, I'm doing this for you. I can do it for myself. Why not? And so I started my own practice. I was pretty young. And at that point, you kind of take everything that comes through the door in order to make money. Like, you're not turning anything away. And again, I just found a niche with a group of guys that was forming companies and developing companies. And so I started working with them. I had somebody call me and say, hey, can you take a private company and reverse merge it into a public company? I said, heck yeah, I can do that. I'd never done it before in my life. But we did it, and I figured it out. And from there, the more you do things, the more experience you get, the better you get at it. And so that's what's got me into civil law.
Well, first, I want to give Dylan, I want Dylan to be able to ask a question. Talking to that microphone, ask him one quick question.
I'll be fast.
Why do you want to be the judge?
Well, I think I can do a lot of good. I think the job obviously applies to my skill set, my background, my experience. This is home. Montgomery County is home for me. We live in Conroe. And I see this as an opportunity to legitimately make a difference in this community and to do some good and help.